Hello there, and welcome to this week's episode. Today we have Chris Coleman from the San Angelo-based group Chill AF on the show. He's a really talented dude and a great laid-back band, so I hope you enjoy. Hit the music. Howdy.
Hello.
Well, I'm glad we got this figured out, and everything's going smoothly, because a lot of times I have problems with this. Well, we'll go ahead and get started, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, well, hello, my name is Christopher Coleman, and I play in a band called Chill AF.
And it is very Chill AF. I wasn't sure if y'all liked the band to be called Chill AF or Chill as Fuck, because I like that name a lot, man, and it's really cool. There's a lot of different influences I feel while listening to it. You know what I mean?
Right, yes. We do have a lot of influences. I mean, anywhere from like Dave Matthews Band to, Bob Marley, things like that. So it's a lot of fun, I guess, to sort of take those influences and kind of mash them together into what we like to call our chillitude.
I like that. That's chillitude. That's cool. So, how long have y'all been a band as a whole?
So we got together in 2018. So it's been right around 2 years.
Awesome, man. And I assume you've been playing music longer. I see you posting all these instruments for sale on Facebook.
Huh? Yes, I've been playing for about 10 years. I started off as a bass player, and just moved up. Actually, in this band, I play the drums. So started off actually playing a cajon, and we just kind of added more and more stuff until finally I just moved into a full kit. So,
and is the cajon the thing that you sit on and play?
Yes, it's a little box that you sit on and you play, and you just slap the cajon. I actually have a little kick pedal for it and everything.
Oh wow, those are really cool. I've seen a couple of them at parties before, and they're really cool.
Yeah, they add a little bit of something extra to your acoustic set, I guess, if you play along with someone who's already has the guitar, so you got a little cajon to play along with.
You can get a little bit better drum kit sound than you can just from, like, say, bongos or something,
Exactly, yes.
And y'all are in San Angelo, and I've heard a lot about the music scene there, but I've not ever been to any concerts or shows there. Tell me about some of the venues, or like, is there any big venues or favorite venues of yours, or?
Well, the one big venue is big venue here is usually everybody that's name come here. They play at the River Stage, and I think that's controlled by the city council and all that. So there's also the Coliseum, and that's rarely ever rented out for. That's usually for like big games and stuff. So, but there's lots of little dive bars that usually hire bands to come play, and there's lots of foot traffic downtown, so I like to go and busk a little bit downtown, and we usually make at least a little beer money while we're down there.
And I prefer personally to go to the bar shows and the just smaller venues, because it's a lot more personable, whether it's a bigger named band or even just your local bands, because when on stage, they're pretty much just right in your face, and when they get off stage, they're like 10 feet away from you, so you get to converse, drink a beer, do whatever, and I love those.
Yeah, we really enjoy our dive bar scenes here, because often, it'll often just be a lot of our friends, and just all the regulars there, they tend to enjoy us, so but we really like playing those a lot.
Have you ever played any shows out of San Angelo? Just curious.
Yes, we've played in Midland. Also played in when we drove out to Andrews one time. We played in Big Lake. We played in Big Springs a couple of times. So you usually right around in this area. But I think the farthest is probably Andrews is as far as.
And I've been in the West Texas music scene for a while now, and
Hmm?
I've only ever really gone to shows in Lubbock mainly because I lived there for like 5 years, and also Abilene. But up until I'd say maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I'd never really known that there was a music scene in San Angelo or Big Spring. Like I haven't met any promoters from San Angelo yet, but I know a guy who he promotes for the in Big Spring, the bar called, I think it's called Desert Rose, something like
Yes,
that.
sir.
And
Yes,
sorry about that. Go ahead.
yeah, we've played at the Desert Rose there. We also played a gig at the cigar bar there. It's called the Train Car.
Oh, I bet that was pretty fancy.
Yeah, it's an outdoor venue, and there's like a little train car sitting there, the caboose, and they have a little stage just outside of it, and there's lots of folks that come in there, and they like to try out the different cigars and stuff that they have there. It's a nice little place.
That sounds pretty fun. I've really been wanting to go to that Desert Rose place because I think it's like a art gallery sort of thing. Also,
They call it an art bar, but yeah, they have lots of artwork there that I think it's all for sale. For I understand. But yeah, it's lots of fun. They really enjoyed us the last time we were, so they always treat us real nice.
well, once all this quarantining, social distancing crap lifts up, I'm definitely gonna make a note to come check y'all out sometime.
Should definitely do that. Yes, come down to San Angelo, check out the different music venues we have here. It's definitely it's an up and coming um it's an up and coming town for music. It's sort of like what people sort of wanted Austin to be whenever it was smaller, and I think it's sort of like that, smaller scale, but without the pretension.
Yeah, I know all of Texas kind of is really like cocky or pretentious about being Texan, but Austin seems like a whole nother like level above that.
Yeah. It's definitely its own base within Texas. It's sort of like its own little state within a state kind of thing.
And I really hate. I assume the quarantine coronavirus crap has affected y'all being able to play. Y'all being able to play, but has any of that stuff started lifting there in San Angelo? I know I vaguely remember seeing something about Big Springs got a show planned, but I don't even know how those rules will work right now because you're supposed to be 50% capacity and 6 feet apart and masks.
Right. Yes, lots of venues have opened back up. Of course, they're only open to 50% capacity right at the moment, but there have been gigs played. Some friends of ours and a band called Trading Company played most recently at a bar here called Fifi Dubois, House of Fifi Dubois. It was it was actually very heartening to see. Gigs are starting to happen again.
Yeah, I could imagine. I just started this show in December, and I had gotten with promoters and had just started like going out and getting to go in green rooms with bands, and it was all taking off. And then coronavirus just ruined everything. Golly, there
Sure
were
did.
so many great shows planned that I had like ready to go and check out people, but it's just crazy, man. Yeah, like the one year I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get my shit together. New year, new me, and no.
Everybody was affected. Lots of small businesses are having a big time problem with it. Yeah, I actually work for a guy who does big events, so the sound and the lighting and stuff for major events and stuff, concerts and things. And as soon as the coronavirus hit, man, we were just out of work. So I got furloughed, and all of our gigs dried up. It was really just awful. Awful.
And it's very depressing, honestly. I know I was laid
Is
off for about 2 months, and like while working, I'm always like, yeah, I just want to be at home, laid down, watching Netflix. But I got so sick of it so fast. I just wanted to
Oh,
go
yeah.
to the store or something.
Not having to wait in line.
Yeah, yeah, wait in line or people just fighting each other over toilet paper. Not really
Oh,
sure
yeah.
what it was about, but
I don't know. I have no idea what that was about.
I saw this video about some dude. He did the math. Like, say you go to Costco and they sell like the big wholesale stuff. Like you get a case of toilet paper, say 40 rolls, and for a family of four to go through that in the original 2 weeks of quarantine, each of them would have had to poop like 160 times a day.
Oh,
I was like, well, you have too much time on your hands, obviously. But that's crazy. Like, the first thing in my head was not go get toilet paper. I was like, we need to get water, we need to get some food.
yep. It was definitely very scary.
Yeah. Well, on a lighter note, y'all just, I'm not sure when last year, but on Spotify it says y'all's EP release 2019 called, I might be butchering this, Chilthulu?
Cthulhu, yes, that was our EP that we put out last summer.
Oh,
What
so
fun to
coming
make.
up on a year.
Sir, it was so much fun getting into the studio. Although some of our members kind of find it a little bit tough because the repetitive playing it over and over until it's right. But we had a lot of fun doing it. I love the thing. I really am proud of it. I'm proud of my guys. We got in there, we got it done, and it is just an EP of 4 songs. But it's just full. Feels like a full album almost of music. I really enjoy it.
I love it. I've been jamming it when I'm at work, closing up or whatever, and I like Asphyxiate a lot, but Gunslinger is a close second. It's a really good EP, man. I'm stoked to hear a full album, or if y'all have anything planned like that.
Yes, sir. Actually, we are planning on going into the studio. We have 10 songs picked out that we're going to go and add a full album. It's going to take a while. We're looking at maybe a year or so, but hopefully by this time next year it'll be out.
And that's
I guess
very
we'll see.
exciting.
Sir?
Do y'all record there in San Angelo, or do y'all go out of town like some people?
We do actually. There's a music store here in San Angelo called Backbeat Music, run by Alex and Greg Cunningham. And upstairs from there is a music studio run by Gary Laney called Nautilus Studios. Now, Gary Laney, he's an award-winning engineer, studio guy there. And I like working with him a lot because he actually has an opinion. Not just recording you, he's saying, hey, this sounds good, but what if we tried this? And sometimes, man, it just works out exactly like he thought it would.
And that's awesome when you guys will have input like that on there,
Exactly, yeah. They're not just recording.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're not just recording you. He doesn't just set the mics and let you. He's actually involved in the process. It's really refreshing.
You gotta love the passion, people who are passionate about what they do like that, and especially being award-winning like that. I'm sure he's very passionate about it.
Oh yeah, he's worked with some big names there, and I believe he worked in Memphis, and he worked with like Trisha Yearwood, like that in the '90s. Lots of those '90s country players and stuff.
We're going to take a quick break. Here's my personal favorite song, Asphyxiate, off of Chill AF's EP, Chilthulu.